Hi Julia Watts here, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making a page for my planner, my full-size planner, and I'm going for a wave pocket. I do love the wave pocket. I'm really behind on my planner because I've been doing quite a lot of design team work and other stuff. So I'm actually in February still, so working on the back of my dashboard, which there is a video for you on that. And the papers are from the abandoned papers. You will find some of the products I'm using over on my website. Oops, disappeared. juliawattscrafts.co.uk to ship to UK addresses. And you will find them at ecraftdesigns.com and ecraftdesigns.eu. And there will be links in the description of this video sending you to where the products are on those two websites. Okie dokie, so wave pocket, the full size one is 1805. See, it's a bit too big to fit. I've covered up the title, and I've got one. When I first got it, I cut one out of just copy paper so I could see which way I wanted to fold it, depending on whether I wanted to do a lefty or a righty. So we're doing a lefty today, so you want to fold it back on itself. These papers are gorgeous from David, and don't worry too much if you've got upside down writing. It happens, you know, some part of it, if you've got writing on it, either the back or the front is going to be upside down. You just have to live with it, but don't stress too much, because it's really not worth it. I've inked around the edges with some Scorched Timber Distress Oxide, and you can see that you've got score lines, so you just fold them in and then you'll be able to glue your pocket together. So we'll do that straight away. Yes, we will. We'll glue our pocket together. Where's my glue? There it is. So all we're doing is adding some to the flaps. You can use tape if you want to. And do your best to line the holes up across the two layers. And then of course this is going to go onto the page as well, so you've got more lining up to do. Mine isn't 100%, but again, I'm not too worried. If you want to do any extra stamping, it's a good idea to do it probably until before you've actually stuck it together. But there's our pocket, so we've got a pocket there, and because we pop it onto our base page, we'll have a pocket that we can pop things in there. But before I go onto my base page, I've got a couple of elements that I've cut from the front cover of the programme from the Unravel Festival that's held at the Farnham Maltings in Hampshire. It's in February and September, and we've been 3 times now, and we went to the February one. The February one is the biggest and it's actually the busiest. It wasn't the most pleasant of experiences this time, I must admit, but it is a festival of yarn, so, and we like yarn, so we've got a little bit of the programme that I'm going to stick there, and then I'm going to stick that down there. The reason why I want to do it now is just in case my wave pocket goes over the top. So I'm going to glue that into place. The programme wasn't quite as good this time. It was a fold out map thingy, whereas before the brochure, it was like a brochure, a big booklet, and you had more information about the people that were there. So I don't know why they went cheaper this time. It was uncomfortably busy in February. We do prefer the autumn one because it's quieter, but there are some companies that don't do the autumn one. So, you know, you have to decide really whether you want to brave the crowds to see a certain set of people, or you want to forego that and just go to a quiet event. So we will try again in the autumn and see. But it is if you can get to see things, it is quite fascinating. Some of the you can see why hand dyed yarn is so expensive, because it's quite a long process, having had to go at dyeing ourselves. But there's some wonderful yarn and some wonderful projects. All I bought was a couple of patterns. Catherine bought, my daughter bought a little bit more. She bought some buttons and a book. But, yes, I didn't buy much this time. So let's get our pocket on now. As you want your pocket, you want to make sure that you only glue down the sides, at the bottom, and around your reinforcers, so that things can still go in. And obviously remember that you want to glue it the right side, so you've got your pocket on the front. So yes, let's get this going. Just around the edge. Obviously the further you come in, the smaller your pocket's going to be. Let's go around the edge first. And we're just going a little bit around the reinforcers, or not the reinforcers, the holes, because there's no reinforcers on it yet. And that's all we need. The temptation, of course, is to scribble glue across the middle, and that, and then you wouldn't be able to get anything in. I have to stop myself from doing that. So now we want to pop this on the top here and get them holes lined up as best as possible. See, good job I put that on, isn't it? Because we've got an overlap. Okay, I think we're good. The base page is from Planner Essentials, Sidekick Essentials 4. Which is a nice, good, straight base page. Okie dokie. So now we've got pockets. I've got, this again is from the front. So it's called Unravel. So I've just cut this down, and we're going to have this as my title. I did cut from Craft Lover. Where's Craft Lover? I'll find the number for you. Here it is. Oh, I'm telling a fib, that base page isn't from Sidekick. I'm not in the Sidekick, am I? I can't remember what the base page is from. I do apologise. But, Craft Lover. I've cut the crochet hook and the ball of wool and the back out of 2 different shades of red card. And I think I might use that somewhere. Excuse me. So, I need to figure out if I want to have it right on the front or not. I think so. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is just stick this down. I don't think I'm going to have the wool on the front, because I can't quite fit it on properly. So we just have this on. Again, just cut from the programme with my trimmer, and edge with Scorched timber. Let's see if that's straight, because that will look straight, doesn't it? And we went, when did we go? I think we went on Saturday. Not that it matters. And they said it was their busiest Saturday ever, which was, you know, not surprising that we left quite early, because it was just too busy. Okay. That look evenish? It's all right to me. Okay, so I think at this point we're going to put some reinforcers on. I do have some scissor reinforcers. I don't know if I want to use those. See, I haven't made my mind up what I want to do. I'm not sure if I want to have some of these on. They might be quite fun. could perhaps have one on. Let's put one on. At least it's in the colour that kind of coordinates as well. Let's have that. I think it matters which one you put over. And I've got some little red round ones as well. I think that would be nice to coordinate with the. It's almost a perfect match. Who knew? I certainly didn't know that that was going to match. Put that one over there. And do I want scissors at the top? I think what we'll probably do actually at the top is just do 3 of these, which have got, it's I don't know what paper it's cut from. It's cut from a pattern paper, so there's a little bit of a pattern on it. I think that might be quite nice to have up there. No scissors. Come on, come here. Right, reinforcers are on. I'm not stressing about putting weeks on my pages because, you know, February will only have a couple of pages on. Not a lot happened actually. This was the highlight of the month. Right, so that's my page all done, and I've got a bunch of tags that I'm going to do, and there are tags in the where's it gone? In the wave pocket. You have 3 different sizes of tags, and you've got reinforcers with either pierced or stitched or just plain detail, and this one here will cut you this shape into anything you like really, so you can make anything into a tag. I'm also using the Love This as well from this set. So here's one of the tags. Again, cut out of the abandoned papers. I've got some tops somewhere. Here they are. Just cut from a scrap of whatever, I don't know, some paper, some random paper. And I've gone for brown. Okay. And I've used David's laced set, this one, which is 2-2-10 laced, and I've used this lovely border here because I thought that might be nice to have on my tag. I've got a picture here. Catherine took these. I wasn't very good at pictures this time. This is the Toft stand. I don't know if you can see. They do patterns for crocheted vegetables and animals and all sorts of things. It's a great stand to visit. This stand has kind of weird wide stuff that you can crochet baskets out of. These are felt octopi, or squid, not octopi, squid. And that was Catherine's purchases. A couple of balls of wool, some buttons and a book. We didn't buy much. Like I say, we were quite glad to be out of there. So I've got another tag here as well. And the pictures we've got on here are another one from Toft. I think there's some Highland cows on there. Yes, there are. Just there, there's some Highland cows. Let's see if we can focus. No, it can't. Oh, just about a row of Highland cows. We've got some felt pumpkins. That's a crocheted hanging plant, which is really cool. And that's like a terrarium that's got some skeins of wool in. I thought it looked quite nice. Anyway, So let's put this on here as well. Rather than split the pictures up, I'm just going to put them in a set of 4 here. Okay, and we're going to put a board down each side. These haven't got adhesive on the back, so I'm just going to scribble a bit of PVA onto my craft sheet. And dip it in. Don't worry about getting glue on your tweezers, it comes off. Let's see, that's straight-ish. I think it is. Let me do the other one. Dip this in. Should I do this on the other side? Maybe I will, just to mix it up. Put this down this side instead. Okay. Do clean up. Try to get it on the photographs. I did think about putting adhesive on the back, but I'd only got a strip of card. But now I've got the 2.5 inch roll as well, which would be much better. I used to use the, was it 12mm or 9mm, but I can't get it anymore. Okie dokie, that's that. Let's get our photographs on. Doesn't matter which one goes on which. So I've just got some tape on the back. I could have stamped on the back as well, but I haven't. We will do some stamping in a little while though. This has got the ocean book on it, so let's pop this. But I probably should have had it over. It fits. It's fine. It fits. Okay, let's put this one on. See, what I do is I prep these, and then normally it's a couple of days later when I actually do the video, and then I've forgotten what I intended to do. You can't write notes on absolutely everything, can you? So, let's see if we can get this one on. That one's got a bigger gap. Okay, so those are they. We're going to put a bit of twine on those. Yeah, how it is. I think we'll put a double one through actually. Do you do it like that? No, don't like it like that. Let's have it the way I normally do it. It's quite a chunky hole on this one. I don't want anything too chunky in my planner. Sometimes I don't bother. So these are going to go in the front pocket. Like so. And then we do the back pocket. So I've got a couple of tags to go in the back pocket. We've got this big one here. And this is another piece from the programme. Let's get the tab top on first. Again, these tags are from the tab for with tags. I'll show you that in a moment. I don't think it's available in the EU, but I think it's available in the US. This one is 2055 tab 4 with tags, and I've used the largest of the tags and this reinforcer and this reinforcer. In fact, I've used the largest too, because that is the largest, isn't it? Yes, that's the largest. And the next tag will be the largest but one. Is that straight? No, it's not. It is now. Again, the papers are from the abandoned papers, which is what I'm using in February. I'm picking a different paper pad for each month. That's the plan anyway. Give that a bit of scorched timber on the top, so hide the fold. And we're just going to pop, let me think, I've got backer for the Love This, which I was going to put down here. I have still got, I am still trying to use this, so we could, will that look a little bit weird if I put that on there? Or we could have that down here somewhere. In fact, if we move that down a bit, we could have the Love This at the top, couldn't we? Let's do it that way. That sounds like a plan. It's quite thin paper that this is printed on, so I'm trying not to use very much glue. I find I don't need much glue anyway, because this is very strong PVA. And it will stick quicker if you put less on, and it will buckle less as well. So let's have that down at the bottom. I think that's where I wanted it. So to get this the right size, all I did was use the tag die and just cut a section. So obviously there was nothing up there, nothing down there, but I cut it out so it's going to fit perfectly on the top of the tag. Hope that makes sense. Doesn't make sense the way I've said it, but I know what I mean. So back is another one of these lovely papers. And I've already got the Love This cut out of white on back of a double-sided adhesive sheet. I can get it off. It's very sticky without distorting it. There we go. It's a little bit distorted, but it'll be all right. Oh, let's get the heart on first, actually. That'll be easier. And then the rest will fit around the heart. So obviously with this one, you can use the heart and this separate from the backer. You don't have to actually have the backer on if you don't want to. It's so strong, this adhesive. It's amazing. It's in my opinion, it's the best double-sided adhesive there is. And I said that long before I started stocking Elizabeth Craft Designs, and before I was on the design team. I've always said that this is the best I've ever come across, because obviously it's made by a company that use them. You know, Els uses it, so she knows. That looks fab on there, doesn't it? Love this. And we can have, I did figure out, oh yes, so you've got, on this backer, you've got that little pointy out bit there, and so that matches that pointy out bit there, lining it up. There's only a very subtle difference between these. One's like a rusty red, and the other one's like another red. I don't know how to say it. Come on, come out. So we're going to put that, I think, there, like that. So we've got adhesive on the hook and on the end of the wall, and then we've got glue there. So that's that tag. So we want a bit of twine for that. What have I done with my twine? It's right in front of me somewhere. There it is. It's not, it's actually around the corner. Okay, so, and we've got one more tag to do, and we're done. I do like tags. Tags and pockets are my favourite. So I might add all the bits and pieces on afterwards, and I might not. Right, so for the last tag, so we were there until about midday because it was so busy, we wanted to get out of there. Then we went for lunch. So I've got a couple of photos of lunch, and I thought I would have this lady here, who is from CSD 395 Let's Cook. And so we've got her, and it comes with a matching die. So to cut out, what I tend to do is I just run the die through with a piece of black card to begin with. That's what I do. And then you've got the kind of ridge around the edge there. And then when I want to cut out, I know this is cut out. When I want to cut out, I place it over the stamped image, and then secure that with a bit of low-tack tape. Then I take the die and I pop it in to the black outline, and then I secure that with low-tack tape and then run it through, and that's how I cut them out. That's my way. You do you. If it doesn't work, if you find a different way that works for you, then you do that. These little I've got these little implements here as well. I've fussy cut those out myself. I haven't bothered going up and down the fronds of the fork. Life's too short for that, and it would look a mess anyway. So I've got those that I'm going to use as embellishments. But I thought we'd do some stamping on here. So that's Let's Cook. I'm going to use, for stamping, I'm going to use CS397 Let's Eat, because there's lots of really cool stamps in this set. I need to grab my platform just so I can use the foam. Just foam out of this. I've been very good, and you've got a new piece of paper on here, so you can't see what the new release is like. Which is a bit of a tease, isn't it? Right. Let's grab the metallic block. Yes, okay. That is a nice big one, that is. I do like that stamp. Let's have it. Because then we've got collage of stamps all in one stamp. I know it's got ice cream on there, and we didn't have ice cream. But could have done. And I'm going to use Pinecone Versafine Clair. It almost fits. Almost fits. I'm going to do it on the wonk. Because I find big stamps easier to stamp sideways. So I'm not bothered if it's not 100%. Just need to make sure it's up the right way. Let's get that bit down there. Let's have it. Yeah, we'll come off the page a bit, I think, and then we can have something else. Cool, isn't it? Great for a background. I think we will keep with the same stamp because it's quicker. And just do it once more, but just here instead. Okay, there we go. And then we will grab another stamp. Oh, I need to stitch it up. Clean it off. This is about as much cleaning as I ever do. Just so I don't get really dirty fingers when I pick it up. And pop that one back. Fast stamp that. Then what else have we got? Treat yourself, the best kind of therapy, that's good. Might be able to read any of this, but just swipe that stamp all across my fingers. Of course I have. Let's go for a small block. I need that big one. So although this came out with the card lab, obviously you can use it at any time. Okay. Again, not too bothered that whether it's perfect or not. It's a background, and sometimes it's better if it isn't perfect. Oh, hold on, Julia. And what else have we got? Happiness is great food and great company. That sounds good. I'll put that one. We won't get all this one in, unfortunately. should we grab? I've got one that's a bit smaller so I can actually read it all. Hungry. Yes, sirree. Where should we put hungry? Let's have hungry there. And just a little bit more to fill it in. What else have we got? Nom nom. Nom nom. That sounds good. You just finish off both the blank areas or the empty areas with this. Nom nom. We'll have nom nom up here as well. It's going over the edge of the die cut, so you do get a bit of a kind of a miss bit where it goes over the line. I'll show you. So here you get a little bit of a gap. Can you see the light? That's fine. That's fine. It's quite cool, isn't it? I mean, it's a fab background paper anyway, but sometimes it's just nice to have a bit of stamping on it. So that's from CS397 Let's Eat. I'll put that away in a minute. Okie dokie. It's already edged with the Scorched timber, so we don't need to do that. Just need to add extra bits. So we've got this lady, so she's going to be covering up some of it anyway. Oh, let's get the tag top on. So this, as I said, this is another tag using the tab forward tags. Just got a different topper on this one. My glue's running out. A bit too much glue there. A little bit of more Scorched timber on the top, so you can't see it on the fold. White bit. Obviously, you can put stuff on the back as well, but we're just decorating the front at the minute. So I think she's going to go there. And I've got my pictures. This is just a pub, so I've got scampi and chips. I'm wearing my crocheted cardigan, which I had a few comments about, and Catherine's got bangers and mash. So just a couple of photographs of that. So I thought we could have that there, and maybe the second one here. Let's see, she doesn't need to be all on, we can trim her off in a minute. And then we can have these on here somewhere, like that. Right, that's what we're going to do. So which side does she go? She's not on the left. I love these images that Esther puts on the stamp sets. They are fab. This is just stamped onto watercolour card because this is where I always stamp onto, just in case I decide I want to actually colour it and it's got a nice, it's a nice off-white, which I like. And we're going to just drop her down there. So we've got all of her hat on. And we can trim her off in a minute when the glue's started to dry. And I've got a little bit of tape on the back of this. They're not the best pictures in the world, but you know, it's still nice to have a memory of the day. Okay, and then we just put a bit of glue on the back of the kitchen utensils. Certainly didn't eat with a spoon and a fork, that's for sure. Should I have done them that way? I don't know, maybe they should be up the other way, but it's too late now, they're stuck. Right, let's trim this off. Scissors. Easier to cut at the back because you can see exactly where you're going. And we will just add a little bit of scorched timber just there, nowhere else, just there. Okay, there's my other tag. It's nice to have the pop of the stamped image actually, and we'll have a little bit of twine. Like so. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to pull out the front ones because it's easy to get the back ones in without the front ones in there. You can pop that in. Let's pull them both out. And it's easy to put them together. I've also got a Janie Crow postcard. She's a designer. She designs beautiful crocheted blankets. And I got a couple of her patterns, so I'm going to put that in there as well. If it will go. It won't before I put the glue in, but whether it will go now I've got the glue in is beside the point. Are you going in there or not? Yes, you are. Okie dokie. Okay, then we'll put these back in. They're actually going really nicely, the front ones. Okay, so that's then going into my planner. And I actually have a page for February. It's only April. I say I'm not going to stress, I'm not doing it weekly. We're going to just pop it in here. And I need to do my March and my spring dashboard as well. So much to do. So much for doing my DT projects and putting those in there. I must get that organised. I'll get there in the end. So yeah, so happy with that. So hope you enjoyed it, hope you find it useful. As I said, you'll find some of the products over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, shipping to UK addresses, and you'll also find them at ecraftdesigns.com. And if you pop Julia Watts Crafts in the discount code box at checkout, you should get 10% discount on orders over $25. And also at ecraftdesigns.eu, again, if you put in Julia Watts Crafts -EU in the discount code box at checkout, you should get 10% discount on orders over €25. Let me know if it doesn't work. Do like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, which is where you are now. There's lots of videos and lots more to come. And thank you for watching.